All right. Welcome to the Mountain Ancestors Harvest Moon Rite. We're doing this on Zoom tonight, and we'll post the recording later to YouTube. I am your host, Jane Webster. This is it's going to be a little bit of a rough rite. I just have finished moving in, kind of. None of our stuff is here yet, but we have enough to put together a rite, and we're so glad to have you here. So let me introduce you to the layout for those of you who are new to this. I have a horizontal tree this evening in the altar cam, which I believe is what we will prioritize in the recording. Our well will be on this side, and I have a candle here for our sacred fire. We will make magpie and Earth Mother offerings here in the center, and then dry offerings to be poured outside, and poured offerings to be poured outside will be here. So if everyone's ready, we will begin. May we be pure, that we may pass to the sacred. May we be made sacred, that we may pass to the holy, that we may attain the holy. May we attain the holy, that we may be blessed in all things. We gather this evening under the full moon in fellowship from a distance to honor the harvest moon and to form and cultivate right relationships with each other and with the kindreds. We begin with offerings to the outdwellers, those who were here before us, those whose sovereignty is no longer recognized over this land. Here where I practice in New Hampshire, the First Nations tribes of this land were the Abenaki, the Pawtucket, the Wabanaki Confederacy, and the Pennacook. In recognition of those wrongly removed from this land, of those wrongly treated on this land, of those who no longer hold primacy in our hearts and in our memories in this space. Accept this offering as a show of our goodwill and our intention to make right what even today is made wrong. So say we all. Our next offering is to Earth Mother, known where I practice as New Hampshire, but likely known where you are as Colorado. Earth Mother, you who support our every step, from whom all that sustains us and supports us comes. You who give us life and receive us upon death, be with us in our rite. Earth Mother, accept our offering. We now recreate our cosmos. Let these waters sink deep into the earth as a passage to the underworld, to our ancestors, as a portal that may carry our offerings and our words and well wishes to the dead. Sacred well, flow within us. Let this fire be as the great fire of the sky, a fire made sacred that may make sacred our offerings and lift the smoke of our offerings to the heavens, to be transformed and accepted by the shining ones. Let it burn as a fire in all our hearts and in all our hearths. Sacred fire, burn within us. And let this willow wand serve for this time as our sacred tree, as an axis mundi between the worlds, connecting the upper and lower realms, and serving as a pillar in the center realm, a gathering point for the nature kin and noble ones around us. Sacred tree, grow within us. I call now to an ally of our grove, the magpie. Sacred corvid, collector of shiny things and traveler of worlds. You who flit here and there between the realms, carrying your song and your trinkets. Be with us and aid us as messenger between the ways and the worlds, flitting between the mists, guiding all those who would attend our rite to our sacred center. Magpie, accept our offering. And guide our guests to the space. With invitation sent and our cosmos hallowed, we make offerings to the kindred. Mighty dead, you on whose shoulders we stand in all we achieve, you whose legacies we carry, you whose legacies we atone for, from whom we learn, and who we remember, fondly or otherwise. All that we have learned from you, we give thanks for. Be with us this night and accept our offerings as Ancestors' Night approaches. Let the way be clear for you to join us for this time. Ancestors, accept our offering. More of this. Next, I make offerings to the noble ones, the nature kin. Beings of this realm, you who share the middle realm with us, who inspire us, who teach us, who share this time and space with us. Accept our offerings and be with us in this time. Nature kin, accept my offerings. And to the shining ones, beginning with an offering to the shining ones of inspiration, because I had maple syrup for you and I forgot about that. To err is human. Shining ones all, accept this offering of clean water. It's a show of my good intention to form strong relationships with you. Thank you for all you do, for the blessings that you give us, for the support you give the folk, for the inspiration and wisdom that you bring to my life, for the ways in which you teach me to behave and conduct myself in this life. Shining ones all, accept my offering. Now, for the being of the occasion, I have some freshly harvested apples from here in New Hampshire. Let's see if you can see that in the camera. When I used to live in New England, I wasn't a practicing pagan yet, and I didn't follow the harvest cycles of this place yet. But now that I've returned and that this is a part of my practice, I'm trying to learn more about it. And this, like many places, is the end of the growing and harvesting time for New England and for New Hampshire. But we have some apples left. And some apples in particular only ripen at this time and ripen well in this agricultural zone. Cortland, Empire, and Macintosh, which are my very personal favorite apples. And you can only get them in New England because they are too soft to transport well to other parts of the country. And they grow well here, and this is where you can get them. It is a place-specific thing that is very sacred to me. And as much as I miss the Palisade peaches of Colorado and the very unique fruits that I was blessed with in Guam, I am so grateful to be back in a part of the world where our harvest brings Macintosh apples. So, as an offering to the harvest moon, may you shine down upon these last harvests, here and wherever our folk may pray. May you bless our stores for the winter, and let all of our efforts be fruitful and result in a bountiful harvest. Sacred and shining moon, accept my offering. Now our final offering. Should I have said anything out of turn, out of place? And I'm sure I have, since I have no script tonight. Please, kindreds all, accept this final offering as a show of my good faith and my attempt to do right by you. Let this final offering make right any mistakes I have made. Kindreds all, accept my offering. Oh, I have made a mistake. We had one offering request to give thanks for one of our folks' good health and for the blessings that they've received in this season. So for that, we give thanks. We have another prayer request for a member of the community who has a difficult trip coming up, and for support in whatever trials that may bring them, for courage in whatever interactions that may bring, for peace and acceptance for whatever may come, since traveling can be hard and run into all sorts of roadblocks and difficulties. For support in that trip, make offerings. Now we will take our omen. Ooh. We are faced with a moment ripe with potential, just on the cusp of realization. And if we hold fast against danger to protect that which is still gestating on the cusp of birth, we may face great success. This I've seen. For those of you who speak the runes, that is Berkano, Thurisas, Sowilo. But also the Circes with the Circes, so it's also what I said. That's how that works. No, we're gonna do the waters first, that's right. So, all waters are, by their very nature, sacred. Having gathered on the surface of the earth, risen into the sky to be touched by the sun, and to rain back down, soaking into the soil, fueling all that grows and sustains us on this earth, filling fruit and trees and people, to one day fall back to the earth and rejoin that cycle. But these waters, I plan to open this on camera. It was going to be very dignified. It's a little bit less dignified than I hoped, but we're going to get there. These waters in this very well corked bottle have been for a time set aside to be turned into tasty, tasty mead by a local meadery here in New Hampshire. Whatever beverage you have at home also works, but these waters, these right here, we set aside to hold the blessings of the kindreds, to be transformed into a form that we may receive and benefit from. The kindreds have given us the blessing of knowledge of this moment of great potential on the cusp of birth, on the cusp of realization, that if we hold fast and protect from danger, may birth success. Knowing this is a blessing. Hold those blessings in your mind now. Think about what they may bring to your life personally. Imagine how they may be realized in the larger community among the folk. Imagine those blessings filling not just the cup, but you, such that you may carry those blessings forth into the world. Letting those blessings ripple out to all those you interact with, to all that you can affect. May it be so. Kindreds all, fill this cup with the blessings of the omen. Kindreds all, give us the waters of life. Blessings flow through us, sustain us, renew us. Behold the waters of life. Behold the waters of life. I hope your waters of life are as tasty as mine. That we may all carry those blessings forward into the world. I'd like to hand the stage over to Missy for a moment. We have a working to complete before we end our rite.
So If you are new to watching this particular moon with us, the full moon before Ancestors Night to the full moon after Ancestors Night is a special time for us here at Mountain Ancestors. Lots of ancestral themes. It is the time when we open the Ancestors box. The Ancestors box is a box. It's a box. It is a box. Ta-da. It's a box. And inside of it, we have photos and items that belonged to people who have passed on in our lives, who were important to us, whether through blood, through heart, through memory, through wisdom, through some sort of shared experience that has made us the people that we are today. And we honor the memories and the stories of those folks who have been influential in our own development and the development of us as a community. You don't have to be a Grove member to have items of your loved ones in the box. And we encourage folks who have items in the box to set up time with us to come and just commune with those stories and with those objects. And if you would like me to send you a picture, missy@mountainancestors.org. I'm happy to help facilitate during this time of social distancing, whatever it is that we need to make sure that you can feel connected to that part of your past. So tonight, with offerings made, we will now, oh, that's on a spring, okay. We will now open the Ancestors box. Oh my God, this is why they don't let me run the camera by myself. Okay. Opening the box to allow, it's fine. Opening the box, we allow our ancestors of community, those who have inspired our hearts and have filled us with love and wisdom, to join us as though inviting old friends to come for tea. So, greeted by AJ Gooch, Reverend AJ Gooch. It's always a great way to open the box. I totally didn't close the box that way on purpose, but that felt fantastic. So after we end the ritual, I will pull out the items that are inside and we can go through them together for folks who have time. Welcome to our ancestors. Welcoming the ancestors. And welcome us into this sacred time of celebrating the stories of those who've gone before us. And I prepared them their own offerings.
I also poured them some waters.
Perfect.
So many offerings, so many waters. All right. With our work complete, we thank the kindreds and return all as it was, save for the work that we've done. Did this in a different order today. Shining ones, for your aid and presence in our working, full honor and thanks. Shining ones, we thank you. Noble ones and nature kin, for your presence and aid in our rite today, full honor and thanks. Nature kin, we thank you. Mighty dead, for your presence and aid in our ritual tonight, full honor and thanks. Mighty dead, we thank you. Let the well once again be but water, and the fire again be but flame. And let all be as it was, save for the work that we've done. By our words and by our will, let the ways be closed. Magpie, clever Corbett, for your aid in our ritual tonight, full honor and thanks. Magpie, we thank you. And Earth Mother, known by many names, known here as New Hampshire, for your presence and aid always in our life. Full honor and thanks. Earth Mother, we thank you. And to spirits of inspiration, who I gave offerings out of order, full honor and thanks. Thanks for getting me through this rite without a script. Spirits of inspiration, we thank you. This rite is ended. Thank you for being here. Thank you.